Imagine a world locked in ice, a time when vast glaciers covered much of the Earth's surface, transforming the landscape into a frozen wilderness. This was Earth during the last ice age, a period that began around 2.4 million years ago and lasted until about 11,500 years ago. Across this frozen landscape roamed incredible creatures, including the woolly mammoth. These majestic animals were well adapted to the harsh, cold environment. These giants were as big as African elephants, with thick fur coats and long, curved tusks that could reach up to 15 feet in length. Their fur was made up of a dense undercoat and a longer outer layer, providing excellent insulation against the cold. Woolly mammoths were more than just animals. They were a vital part of the Ice Age ecosystem. Their presence influenced the environment in numerous ways. They were a keystone species, meaning their activities had a significant impact on the landscape. Their grazing helped maintain the grasslands, preventing the spread of forests and promoting biodiversity. Their grazing helped shape the landscape, creating habitats for other species. By trampling the snow and ice, they made it easier for other animals to move and find food. Their dung fertilized the ground, enriching the soil with nutrients that supported plant growth. This, in turn, sustained a variety of other herbivores and predators. Even their deaths provided food for other animals. Scavengers and predators relied on mammoth carcasses for sustenance, making them an integral part of the food web. These magnificent creatures vanished from the Earth thousands of years ago, leaving behind only bones and fossils as evidence of their existence. Their disappearance is a mystery that scientists have been trying to solve for centuries. Various theories have been proposed, ranging from climate change to overhunting by early humans. What caused the extinction of the woolly mammoth? Was it a sudden event or a gradual decline? The answer is likely a complex combination of factors, including environmental changes, human activities, and possibly even diseases. The story of the woolly mammoth is a reminder of the delicate balance of nature and the impact of both natural and human forces on the survival of species. Early humans lived alongside woolly mammoths for thousands of years. There is clear evidence that humans hunted these giant creatures. Archaeologists have found mammoth bones in ancient camps, along with tools made from their tusks and bones. Hunting alone was likely not enough to drive mammoths to extinction. However, the constant pressure from human hunters would have taken a toll on mammoth populations, especially when combined with other threats. As the Ice Age ended, the Earth's climate began to change dramatically. The once frigid and icy landscapes began to thaw, giving way to new environments. This period marked a significant shift in the planet's history, as temperatures started to rise steadily. Temperatures rose, glaciers melted, and sea levels rose. The warming atmosphere had a cascading effect on the natural world, altering ecosystems and habitats. Coastal areas were particularly affected as rising sea levels encroached upon the land, reshaping shorelines and submerging low-lying regions. These changes had a profound impact on the woolly mammoth's environment. The mammoths, which had thrived in the cold, open tundras, found their habitats shrinking and transforming. The once vast expanses of ice and snow were now dotted with patches of greenery and new plant life. The warming climate transformed the mammoths' once familiar landscape. The tundras and steppes, which had been their home for millennia, were now changing rapidly. The mammoths had to navigate through new terrains that were becoming increasingly unrecognizable. Forests replaced open grasslands, reducing the availability of the grasses and shrubs that mammoths relied upon for food. The dense forests made it difficult for these large creatures to move around and find sufficient nourishment. The changing vegetation patterns meant that mammoths had to adapt to a diet that was becoming scarcer. The shifting climate also altered the distribution of water sources, making it more difficult for mammoths to find the water they needed to survive. Rivers and lakes that had once been reliable sources of hydration were drying up or moving, forcing mammoths to travel greater distances in search of water. These changes put immense pressure on mammoth populations already struggling to adapt. The combination of shrinking habitats, scarce food sources, and limited water availability created a harsh environment for the mammoths. As the climate continued to warm, the challenges they faced only grew more daunting, leading to a decline in their numbers and eventually contributing to their extinction. As the climate warmed and the landscape changed, the woolly mammoth's habitat shrunk. This habitat fragmentation isolated mammoth populations, making them more vulnerable to extinction. Smaller, isolated populations are more susceptible to disease and genetic problems. They're also less able to cope with environmental changes and other threats. The combination of hunting pressure, climate change, and habitat loss proved to be too much for the woolly mammoth to overcome. Around 4,000 years ago, the last of these magnificent creatures vanished from the earth. While we know that human hunting, climate change, and habitat loss all played a role in the woolly mammoth's extinction, the exact combination of factors and the timing of their impact is still debated by scientists. Some scientists believe that a sudden catastrophic event, such as a disease outbreak or a meteor impact, could have delivered the final blow to already weakened mammoth populations. Others argue that the extinction was a gradual process, with mammoth populations slowly dwindling over thousands of years until they finally disappeared. Section 6. Lessons from the past. The story of the woolly mammoth is a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. It highlights the delicate balance of nature and the devastating consequences of disrupting that balance. By understanding the factors that led to the extinction of the woolly mammoth, we can gain valuable insights into the challenges facing endangered species today. The same threats that drove the woolly mammoth to extinction, habitat loss, climate change, and human activity, are pushing many species towards the brink today. Section 7. Protecting our planet's future. The fate of the woolly mammoth serves as a stark warning. We cannot afford to repeat the mistakes of the past. We must act now to protect endangered species and preserve the biodiversity of our planet. This means reducing our impact on the environment, mitigating climate change, and creating protected areas where wildlife can thrive. Every species, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, plays a vital role in the intricate web of life. Section 8. The search for answers continues. Scientists continue to study the woolly mammoth and its extinction, using new technologies and techniques to unlock the secrets of the past. By analyzing ancient DNA, studying fossils, and reconstructing past environments, researchers are gaining a deeper understanding of the complex interplay of factors that led to the mammoth's demise. These discoveries not only shed light on the past, but also provide valuable information for conservation efforts today. Section 9. Our responsibility, their future. The story of the woolly mammoth is a story of loss, but it is also a story of hope. These majestic creatures once roamed the earth in great numbers, but due to a combination of climate change and human activity, they were driven to extinction. Their disappearance serves as a stark reminder of the impact we can have on the natural world. It reminds us that we have the power to make a difference in the fate of endangered species. Conservation efforts around the world are making strides in protecting and reviving populations of animals that are on the brink of extinction. From reforestation projects to wildlife sanctuaries, every action counts. By learning from the past, understanding the present, and applying this knowledge, we can create a better future. The work of archaeologists and scientists helps us uncover the mysteries of extinct species, providing valuable insights that can guide our conservation strategies today. And acting for the future, we can inspire a new generation to take up the mantle of environmental stewardship. Public awareness and activism are crucial in driving policy changes and fostering a culture of sustainability. We can ensure that the magnificent creatures that share our planet today do not suffer the same fate as the woolly mammoth. Elephants, tigers, rhinos, and countless other species depend on our commitment to their survival. Protecting their habitats and combating poaching are essential steps in this journey. The future of life on Earth depends on our actions today. Every tree planted, every piece of plastic recycled, and every effort to reduce our carbon footprint contributes to a healthier planet. Thriving forests and meadows are not just beautiful landscapes, they are vital ecosystems that support a diverse range of life. Let us choose to be the generation that protects our planet's biodiversity and ensures a future where both humans and wildlife can thrive. Together, we can create a world where our children and grandchildren can experience the wonders of nature just as we have. The responsibility is ours, and the future is theirs.